Hey everyone, I have a story for you. It's a camping story. So I was about 5 or 6 years old and I was camping with my dad and there was a young kid that used to stay with us a lot. He was a real troubled kid, but he acted pretty good when he was with me and my dad. Well, we were camping at this place. It was a real nice grassy little field about 30 yards wide and there's a river right in front of us and wood line behind us, about 20 yards behind us. And we were sleeping on the ground in sleeping bags. And it was pretty chilly that night. The days were warm, I remember that, because we were playing in the river all day. Well, this night in particular, it was so cold and it was real humid out and you could see your breath. I don't know, it probably wasn't, but it might have been 40 degrees. Not too cold, but pretty cold when you're a kid sleeping on the ground in a tent, or not in a tent, but in a sleeping bag only. So I was dreaming, kind of tossing and turning, because sleeping on the ground is a little uncomfortable. Not as uncomfortable as being an adult and sleeping on the ground. But I remember being real cold, and all of a sudden, I think I might have been dreaming or half asleep maybe, and I felt this real hot breath on my neck. I was like, what in the world? But I remember it was nice because it was so warm and comforting. And I was like, oh, well, maybe my dad's getting closer to me. And the little boy that stayed with us was sleeping in between me and my dad because he was so tiny. I mean, he's my age, but he was always just so small. And we really had to look out for him. So I figured that my dad was getting closer to us, trying to keep us warm. And it was one of them nights where you have to put your head in your blanket and to help for your breath to help you stay warm. Well, then there was a lot of weight that was on my entire body, and I was like, what in the world's going on? Surely my dad's not sleeping on top of me. And I smelled this terrible smell. I was like, what is that? It smells like a stinky wet dog that rolled in something bad. Then I heard my dad say, don't move a muscle. And I was like, something weird's going on. What's going on? And so that hot breath, turns out, had a big old huge black body connected to it. And it was pretty heavy, probably about 2, 3, maybe even 400 pounds. And he was laying on top of me. Well, I remember my dad was rustling around. I heard a zipper. And that big old beast moved off of me. I remember it stepped on my belly and felt like, I don't know, like somebody hit me in the belly with a baseball bat. It hurt. But then it was off me, so I was a lot colder with it not on me and not breathing on me anymore. And then next thing I know, my dad is doing he's in a plank position over top of the little boy that was staying with us. And I looked over because I was kind of scared to look, and my eyes were adjusted to the darkness at this point. And it was a big old bear sleeping on top of us. And to this day, I tell people stories about that, and they're like, how in the world did you not get mauled? And I'm like, I think that bear was just looking out for us and trying to keep us warm. So now when we go camping, I take my son and my brother, and they are terrified of bears. And I'm like, there's nothing to be terrified. They'll keep you warm at night. But on a serious note, obviously it's a wild animal, so I'm joking about it keeping you warm at night. But it did keep me warm at night when I was about 5 or 6 years old. And I think about that. I have a job on top of a mountain. It's a gated community, but there is a client I have up there that has a playground he built for the bears, and I see bear up there every single day I work up there, and they'll get real close to me, and I keep thinking, you know, I know it's a wild animal, but I wonder if it just wants to play. No, but anyways, y'all have a good one.